Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be discussing details about the CFA program and I'm going to try my best to answer a lot of questions that pop up in the mind of people who are considering to go for this journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing my experience and honest opinion throughout the journey that I have passed through and still actually experiencing as till today. So first of all, guys, I'm going to be answering the question of what is the CFA program about? Well, if you go to the CFA Institute website, you're going to see that they define it as the program that tests the fundamentals of investment tools, valuing assets, portfolio management, and wealth planning. Now, I believe this is a good definition. However, I really and honestly believe that it is much, much more than that. See, when you prepare for the CFA program, not only do you get to learn about 10 different topics and details, whether it's ethical standards and global investment portfolio standards, quantitative methods, financial reporting and analysis, economics, markets and equity, fixed income, alternative investments, derivatives, portfolio management, and corporate finance, but you also get to learn on three additional different levels. On a personal level, guys, you will prove to yourself that you can handle a lot more pressure than what you've had in mind. You're also gonna learn and get to know new levels of dedication, and I promise you that. And you're gonna go out of your comfort zone to regions you've never believed that you can actually tap before. See, by the end of the journey, it will change the way you approach and analyze situations, and I promise you that. On a professional level, guys, it improves your analysis techniques by far. It widens your knowledge about domains you've never worked on. It introduces topics, first of all, as an introduction and then in details, such as valuation, regression, portfolio management, financial reporting and analysis, capital budgeting, etc. It also proves to your manager or the hiring person in charge that you've achieved what many have failed to achieve. And this is a fact because the percentage of passing is way lower than other certifications or examinations in the world. It also allows you to join your local CFA society and be a part of an amazing growing network which is worldwide, which is the CFA Institute network. And finally, guys, you get to make use of amazing CFA Institute resources on the website itself. Now, if you are teaching finance and you are into the teaching domain, I promise you, you're going to be seen as the finance god or guru compared to anyone with a PhD in finance. Because not only you're gonna be knowledgeable in one specific area in finance, but you're gonna be that guy to go to whenever anyone needs anything technical. Because remember, for you to get the CFA charter, you don't only have to pass the exam, but you need to have four relevant years of experience. So it's not only educational, not only they will evaluate your passing grade if you pass or not, but they will also, the CFA Institute, they will also evaluate 4 years of experience that you've had to see if it matches what they require for a person to have the charter. So what shall you guys expect in level 1? First of all, you should expect an introductory level of details when it comes to the 10 different topics that I've mentioned before. You should expect a lot of reading, solving, and reviewing. Because, guys, the CFA exam is not about solving previous exams or solving mock exams. It's not about only reading. It's not about a proofreading or minimal revision. It's a portfolio of everything, and everything should be given high importance. It's about a lot of reading, it's about a lot of solving, and it's about a lot of revision. You're gonna have many overnights, and I promise you that. You're gonna have to memorize a lot of formulas. Now, there's always a good way to memorize things and a bad way to memorize things. When it comes to the formula, a lot of the formulas relate to rational concepts that you can link to one another. So you can memorize it in a way that reminds you of what the formula stands for. It's going to be way more easier than just memorizing without actually understanding to what the denominator or the numerator relates to. So there will be a lot of formulas, and no, you're not allowed to take a formula sheet into the class. That's a big no. Then, another promise from my side. You're gonna have a lot of sleepless nights, especially 2 to 3 weeks before D Day, because the CFA exam puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and you're going to be thinking about it a lot. Some people and some of my students tell me that we always dream 2 to 3 weeks before the exam that we will fail the exam or we're going to the exam and something bad happened. This is because of the pressure that's actually on people's shoulders because of how difficult or complicated or information saturated the exam is. And finally, the exam is of 2 sessions. The level 1 exam is a 2 sessions exam. Each session is 2 hours and 15 minutes, 90 multiple choice questions per session, which is approximately 90 seconds per each question. And of course, as of recently, guys, the exam is computer based. Now, what to expect in level 2, guys? It's the same topics. However, level 2 is a totally different beast, right? It's like you're comparing a small a to a capital A. It's way more detailed, it's way more complicated, yet it's way more interesting, right? It's way more interesting. You're gonna also have a lot of reading, solving, reviewing. However, you can have the double number of overnights and formulas. And again, you're not allowed to take any formula sheet with you to the exam. You're gonna have a lot of sleepless nights that will continue for sure. However, the only thing that will change is the number of questions per session. Why? Because in level 1, guys, you're gonna get small paragraphs and a question following that. However, when it comes to level 2, you're gonna get what we call vignettes, which is like 1 page to 2.5 pages essay where you're gonna have a few multiple choices related to that. So you're gonna have to go over the essay first and then go to the multiple choice and maybe go back and try to relate which question relate to which part of the essay so you can answer. So you should expect to have less number of multiple choice questions, however, the same number of sessions and the same duration for each session. As for level 3, guys, a lot of topics will gain more importance and some topics will lose importance. For example, the most important topic in level 3 is portfolio management. You're gonna also have a lot of reading, solving, revision, overnight formulas, sleepless, that's for sure. However, you should expect yourself to practice a lot of writing because the first session is all essay questions. You should expect 8 to 11 questions and you should answer all by writing or typing. It's not a multiple choice session. So the first session is all writing. The second session is the same as a session as the one that you've had in level 2, so it's nothing new for those who have passed the level 2. So guys, a lot of people ask me, so what's the time that is actually estimated for me to finish the program? I would say it depends. See, as per the CFA Institute website, it says 4 to 5 years. But I've met a lot of cases where they have finished the exam in 2.5 to 3 years. So it depends on how much you really want it, how much you're willing to invest, how much is your capacity at handling pressure, and how much you're actually gonna do well on exam date. So it depends, guys. So it ranges between 2.5 years up until 5 years. So it depends. As per the number of hours invested, see in the CFA on the CFA website, it says between 300 and 350, ranging between all three levels. However, to be honest, guys, I have invested way more. I've invested like 600 hours in level one, approximately 700 hours in level two, and the same number of hours, maybe 650 to 700 in level three. So the more you invest, and of course, It's not about investing the time, it's about investing the time in a quality way, right? You can spend hours trying to study something, and others might spend maybe half an hour to study the same thing, however, they do it better. So you have to do things in the best way possible, effective and efficient. As for the background, does your background matter? Well, it depends. See, if I've had a lot of cases coming from non-business background and they did well in the exam. However, they either had to invest a lot of time compared to others who's coming from a business, specifically accounting and finance background, or they had it as a hobby. They loved finance. They read a lot of articles. They watched a lot of financial news. So they had that a small background within them. However, not the educational university background. So it depends. However, of course, if you guys are coming from an accounting or a finance background, it will be easier given that you invest quality time and you invest it in the best way possible. And of course, you go through the whole cycle of reading, solving, revising, reading, solving, reviewing over and over and over again. So finally, it depends. Now, some people tell me, is it too late for me? I would answer, it depends. Why? Because actually, let's be honest, guys, if you are in your 40s and you want to break into the investment banking or you want to go start working in a private equity, it might be too late for you guys. However, if you are working already in finance and you want to break into another domain that is relevant to what you used to do, the CFA charter might give you the boost, right? And if you guys are into education, like you have a PhD in finance and you want to broaden your knowledge in several more topics than the topics that you have conducted your research in, the CFA is definitely a thing to go for. So it's never actually too late. However, you guys need to be realistic about what you're looking for, right? And you always need to put yourself in the shoes of the company that wants to hire you, right? Why should we hire you? So please be realistic and be rational. Is it worth it? Hell yes, it is worth it. It's definitely worth it. At least from my experience. I mean, this video is all based on my point of view. So yeah, it is worth it. It helped me a lot. I mean, I come from an accounting background. My BA is in accounting. When I did my CFA, I had a basic knowledge of finance. I spent and invested a lot of time. I actually did it on a self-study basis. So I invested a lot of time, but it changed a lot of things, guys. My way of thinking has changed. The way I analyze and approach things changed. How people see me changed. How I see myself and my capabilities and my willingness to go for challenges also changed. Uh, that's not even talking about my technical experience. So, whenever I learned new technicalities like valuation and regression and stuff, I had already a lot of theoretical finance related details about it, which I have actually learned in the CFA program. And honestly speaking, having those three letters right next to your name is a big thing. This is my opinion, guys. So I would like to thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I would really appreciate it if you give me that a thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel to stay notified of upcoming videos. If you have any question, please drop it down in the comment section. If not, I'll hopefully see you soon in my new video. Have a good day, guys.